It is a great joy to have with us today Mrs. Mary Ellen Bork. She is a graduate of Manhattanville College, graduating with a BA in philosophy. She went on to attend Siena College, where she earned an MA in English literature. And then finally at Catholic University of America, she earned an MA in theology as well. Mrs. Bork is a freelance writer and lecturer on issues affecting Catholic life and culture. She serves on the board of the Ethics and Public Policy Center and has been a wonderful member of Christendom College's Board of Advisors. Over the years, she has been an advocate for pro-life movement, promoted Catholic culture through groups like the John Carroll Society, Imago Dei, which promotes theology of the body, and also the Susan B. Anthony List and the Catholic Campaign for America. She has also been involved in ecumenical outreach as a longtime board member of the Institute on Religion and Democracy. She is the past president of the Washington Sarah Club, the Thomas More Society, and a member of the John Carroll Society. For the past 8 years, she has been researching religious and cultural issues of the English Reformation and the Catholic Counter-Reformation. She received the St. Paul Woman of the Year Award in 1991 from the Daughters of St. Paul and the Brent Society Award in 1992. She was a member of the presidential delegation to the 25th anniversary celebration of St. Pope John Paul II in Rome in 2003. She also attended the beatification of Mother Teresa of Calcutta the same year. And her husband, the late Judge Robert H. Bork, was nominated to the Supreme Court by President Ronald Reagan. Judge Bork was baptized Catholic in that very same year. In 2014, she received the John Carroll Award from the John Carroll Society of Washington, D.C. Her articles that she has written have appeared in the National Catholic Register, the Washington Times, Voices, and the New Criterion. She lives in McLean, Virginia, and is a member of St. John the Beloved Parish. Mrs. Mary Ellen Bork is a courageous woman who has defended the faith and the Church's teaching in the public square by her life and also by her witness. How fitting it is that 30 years after the unjust treatment of her distinguished husband, we can honor her service this year with our Catherine of Siena Award. In 2008, Christendom College established the St. Catherine of Siena Award to recognize women who have made an outstanding contribution to Christ and His Church, and also shown support for the mission of Christendom College. Past recipients have included Mrs. Irene Federica, Dr. Kristen Burns, Mrs. Ann Carroll, Dr. Alice von Hildebrand. It is my pleasure now to present this award to Mrs. Mary Ellen Bork.
Thank you so much. Your Eminence, Dr. O'Donnell, members of the board, Reverend Fathers, and graduates, thank you for this most precious award. This award, I think, reveals the soul of Christendom College, holding up a saint who lived her love of God and changed her part of the world in the 14th century. I would like to suggest today that we can emulate Catherine in two areas of her gifted life: her peacemaking ability and her fidelity to the life of prayer. She used her diplomatic skills to stand against the forces of dissolution in the 14th century in Italy and to bring peace to warring families in Siena and Florence. And she persuaded Pope Gregory XI to come back to Rome from Avignon, a move which strengthened the church and brought honor to the papacy. The city dwellers in Siena and Florence were very happy to get on with their lives and no longer live in fear. And then the church regained stability, relocating to the city that had been the center of Christendom in Rome. We too are standing against today's forces of dissolution, and we will have many opportunities to encourage peaceful solutions to problems, whether they be familial, political, societal, knowing that we are rooted in Christ and in the treasures of the Catholic tradition. We can do it. Catherine's gifts were also enhanced by her deep life of prayer, something that has been at the very heart of your education at Christendom. She was a mystic who often spoke of Christ as the bridge, the way of truth linking earth to heaven. If we stay on the bridge, we will not fall into the troubled waters below. Instead, we will walk the way of truth, the bridge way of his teaching, and this will preserve us from the destruction of the rushing of the waters of the world's temptations. The way of prayer you have learned here will be your anchor as you make your contribution to the church and to the world. Your gifts of mind and heart will be enhanced and transformed by prayer. So my wish is that you may be diplomats, peacemakers, and guides to all those who are looking for the bridge who is Christ. The world needs you. And as Catherine famously said, be all that you can be, and you will set the world on fire. Thank you very much.